Yo, we're live.
Live and
YouTube.
in color.
Yeah, live and in color, man. So there's a reason why we're doing this live and why we're not taking time to do a sit-down video, even though we would love to do a sit-down video. We're just in a very busy schedule as we speak. How much time we got left until the doors open for Midsummer
Doors
Scream?
open for Midsummer Scream in 5 hours and 30 minutes, or well, 29 minutes and 45 seconds.
For real. So yeah, that was the only reason why we didn't, make a sit-down video, but we did want to talk about what got announced today for Halloween Horror Nights. Two big announcements for Halloween Horror Nights shared IPs, and I believe Orlando officially has their full event announced now. So now it's just on the Hollywood side of things to announce. But the two big IPs that are coming to Halloween Horror Nights this year are The Exorcist Believer, which is the sequel of the most anticipated sequel of this year to the original Exorcist film, directed by David Gordon Green, who also directed the Halloween trilogy. So that was really cool. Super stoked for that one. I mean, I cannot wait. I think Exorcist Believer is going to be another banger.
Yeah, I agree. When both Tony and I saw Oppenheimer last weekend, and we both, when we were debriefing watching Oppenheimer, we were like, that Exorcist Believer trailer looked really good. Considering signs didn't look good a few weeks ago, people were like, this movie's being made. But some people were saying the early screenings weren't that great. But watching that trailer, I was super scared, and I'm kind of hesitant to watch it in theaters. I'm probably going to end up watching it nonetheless.
Right.
But I was like, oh, this is really eerie. This is really spooky. And if you've been following the channel for a little while, you know that when we've been covering the speculation maps that have been released, we've been seeing The Exorcist, and we were like, man, is it going to be Believer, because it was announced that it was coming out this year, or are we going to still get the same old maze that we had back in 2021
2021 and 2016.
in 2016.
Yeah.
Which Tony was less enthused about. I liked it because it was scary, but I think I'm even more excited now knowing it's going to be Believer. So we're going to be able to walk in a fresh new adventure of this. And considering in the trailer, we saw many different rooms along the way. It's not like we're stuck in one room like we were in the original Exorcist. Looks like there's some like hospital scenes and things like that.
Yeah.
Just based on the trailer. And it really is going to help build the hype, considering Exorcist Believer doesn't come out till Friday, October 13th. And Horror Nights is starting the 7th of September, I believe.
Right.
That Thursday. So we'll be able to get basically a sneak peek of what we can expect in that movie. Hopefully there aren't too many spoilers as we're walking through it. But even if there are, I'm not going to be super upset about that. I mean, I'm excited. The Exorcist is terrifying. The trailer looked terrifying for Exorcist Believer. So overall, real excited about this one.
Yeah, I mean, Exorcist Believer coming on to the scene, that was, in my head, a no-brainer when this movie was being announced that it was being made. And it would be coming out this year. So when I saw that trailer as a surprise in Oppenheimer, I kind of lost my shit in the theaters because I was like, we got the poster released that week, but no trailer. So I was like, what the fuck? And then to kind of see it as a surprise in there, that was really cool. And then it gets released this past Wednesday online to everyone to watch. It looks terrifying. And like you were saying, multiple locations. It seems like the center point of this story takes place in like a forest type thing. So we'll see right here. Rob says 10 out of 10 hype level, and I agree.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you later, Robbie.
Yeah, we're going to see Rob tonight, Midsummer Scream. I'm still iffy about the film, but maybe the maze will be excellent, says Tay Rosemary. I'm sorry. Can't talk today. A little excited.
I definitely think that we shouldn't walk into, just speaking on the movie, I don't think we should walk into that movie thinking it's going to be the greatest horror film of all time. And do the things that the original Exorcist did, because I know people that do not and will not watch the original film, and so I'm not expecting that to be the Believer, that it's just going to be so terrifying that people are going to be walking out of the theater.
Yeah.
But I am anticipating a pretty average horror film. Blumhouse typically, I would say, is hit with a few misses along the way, and considering Blumhouse is helping produce this film, I do think we can expect a solid film. I wouldn't say the greatest film of all time or the greatest horror film of all time, but I think it'll get like a 6.7 out of 10 or something like that on most people's scales.
Yeah, for those who don't know, David Gordon Green is tackled to do another trilogy, this time with The Exorcist, and it's supposed to be 3 movies. This is the second movie of the installment, so I'm excited to see where this third one goes too. It seems like from the trailer, Pazuzu is back, the demon.
Yeah.
It recognizes the original mom. We saw the original mom. She's making her triumphant return
Yeah.
from the original Exorcist, so that should be cool. We're fingers crossed that Linda Blair will make a cameo at the end, or she'll be in the third film big time. But I'm hoping we'll kind of see like a badass Linda Blair, kind of like Laurie Strode type character. That'd be cool. Like her taking on the freaking demon and stuff, and she's got her own stuff, and she's been, maybe studying it all these years to kind of get a grasp on what happened to her and whatnot. So, I mean, there's a lot I want to see in this film. There's a lot. I think it's going to be a great maze. I think it's going to be another scary maze. Logan is here. What's up, Logan? It's been a good minute. Congratulations on he's going to be having a kid pretty soon.
Yeah, congrats.
Congratulations on that. The movie could be trash. Hope it's good, but this house will be great, says Rob.
Yeah, the movie could be, like I said, it could be hit or miss. I think it's going to deliver. I just don't think it's going to be the greatest thing. I definitely think this house is going to deliver. I think they're going to pour a ton of money into it. I haven't really, now that if I think back on previous Horror Nights, I really haven't been disappointed with a Blumhouse maze. And so I don't anticipate that I'll be disappointed by this. I think it'll be a good, solid maze. I think there's going to be a ton of funds funneled into this, especially because I can consider it like basically an arm of their marketing budget. Because if they deliver really well on this maze, people are going to get hyped for the film, and then when they're hyped for the film, they're going to show up October 13th, Friday the 13th to see it.
Ready to go, man.
Yeah, which is absolutely terrifying, considering some people are very superstitious when it comes to Friday the 13th.
Right.
And then you add The Exorcist on top of it. You add the spooky season of October. There's a lot of things that can line up, and so really excited to walk through it, and hopefully we have some of the great scares that we got to enjoy in the previous iterations of The Exorcist. Because some of my favorite parts is, although I hate black walls and other mazes, I think they've done very well with The Exorcist when they've done black walls, in the sense of like they have scares you're not ready for.
Yeah.
And the ways that Pazuzu shows up. And Pazuzu will be at Midsummer Scream this weekend, as well as Linda Blair will be.
That's right. Linda Blair will be there on Sunday. And good for her. I know a lot of actors who are currently on strike are finding other means to, still have some work be shown out. So them showing up to conventions and stuff, we're super excited. Tay Rosemary says, I wonder what John will cover on Sunday for the event, if he's going to go over the recent announcements or say stuff about the Terror Tram. That's a good question. Yeah, Sunday's a huge thing this weekend for us. With, of course, Midsummer Scream going on. We have a ton of haunt panels going on. Sunday, obviously, closing out the event for the weekend is going to be the Halloween Horror Nights panel. And according to Spec Map, going based off the speculation map there, you and I were going over it. There's about 3 originals that we have, and that's another IP. There's talks of Evil Dead Rise potentially coming.
Yeah.
That could be a potential that he talks about. The original going to the Parisian Courtyard right now. I know we did a little bit of research based off that speculation map that HN Nightmares released this past week. So, there's a lot of things he can go over, especially maybe now that Universal Monsters is announced, maybe Slash does make a special appearance again. Slash has been at the event many times now, so it wouldn't be as, it'd be a cool surprise, but it wouldn't be a surprise. You know what I mean? Like, we'd be for it, but it's like, okay, at this point, we're kind of expecting it, but, he may throw us a curveball. He might not even show up, so.
Yeah, definitely. So, like, when I'm thinking this Sunday, we'll get to the second announcement after this one. When I think this Sunday with John Murray, as Tony mentioned, Evil Dead Rise is something that we can see happening. I definitely think if I'm going to lean anywhere, though, is we might get some more behind-the-scenes looks at Monsters, considering he's done that at previous Midsummer Screams.
Right.
And I think we might get some more looks at La Lechuza, which is on that speculation map that's been going around for the Parisian Courtyard. And that's what I'm really hoping it is. Considering I really enjoy when he takes those deep dives into mazes and really helps us understand the characters and the story. It really helped as we walked through Horror Hotel last year, and especially helped when we walked through Scarecrow. Because after walking out of that panel last year, I was so excited for Scarecrow, and it delivered and exceeded expectations, I would say. And so I'm expecting the same thing for La Lechuza. Parisian Courtyard has been great these last few years. I can think back to Holidays in Hell and how great that was. La Llorona was so good. as well. So I definitely think they're going to deliver there in the Parisian courtyard, and that's why I'm hoping we go through La Lechuza and learn about that, and maybe the scare zone that'll be attached to it as well.
Right.
Considering usually once you exit the Parisian courtyard, there is a scare zone, so maybe we'll get a look at the scare zone and that maze, assuming it's coming.
Tay Rosemary, also to go back on Blumhouse real quick, she put last year's Blumhouse maze was probably my favorite out of all the ones that they've done in the last few years, so I have faith for this maze. She also goes on to say, I really hope Evil Dead Rise is announced. I miss Evil Dead being at the event. I'm sure Slash will also make some kind of cameo, whether it's in person or in a video John shows on stage. Rob thinks they're going to announce Holidays in Hell at Midsummer Scream. And Armani told me to let my hair grow out.
I don't know. I kind of say, I really, as much as I'm excited for Holidays in Hell because I did enjoy it in 2019, if that's his big announcement, I would be like, okay, but I wouldn't be as excited, just because if it is returning, it's a good maze and I will enjoy it when I walk through it.
What are the chances he announces it's Evil Dead Rise and then he goes, yeah, I saw this video on YouTube about someone breaking down how they thought, and I'd be like,
yeah, when
I needed content ideas. This is all I had at the moment.
John, I'm sorry. I know I'll have to face you later on, but I'm sorry.
I need content ideas. That's what I came up with. I saw Evil Dead Rise and immediately was just going nuts about, like, look at the comparisons.
Yeah.
Maze announcement number 2, though, another great one. Universal Monsters Unmasking. Now, if you guys take a look at the because that's the thumbnail that we used. If you guys take a look, there's a lot of things to break down here. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, the Phantom of the Opera, and the Invisible Man, I think, along with Igor. This is looking to be something that might be fun. I am looking forward to this. To have the Phantom come out finally and the Invisible Man. This is the first year we're going to have monsters that we haven't had since 2018.
Yeah.
You know, like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, we've never had that since 2018. Same thing with the Phantom and Invisible Man. So to give them their own solo maze, I'm super stoked for. To see what the storyline that's going to be for that, I'm stoked for. Are they going to all verse each other? Is this going to be like another Legends Collide? Like, what's going to happen with this one? What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, this is one where I haven't put as much thought into because I didn't know what we were expecting. I as we were anticipating and looking and projecting on what this year could look like, I definitely think Monsters is something we expect to come now, considering it's came basically every year since 2018 at this point. And we know that John Murdy has a deep love for the Monsters universe, especially the classic Monsters. And so with this, I mean, like Tony mentioned, Invisible Man, we saw him in 2018. I believe in 2018 on Orlando is where we saw the Phantom of the Opera. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one.
Which one? 18?
Did Phantom of the Opera go to 2018? In 2018, go to Orlando? Because I know that they had a few additional.
No, because Orlando didn't have one in 2018. They didn't get Universal Monsters until 2019.
2019. Okay.
And theirs had the creature in it.
That's right. It had the creature. I knew it had a monster that we didn't have.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited. I wonder how it ties into the other Monsters iterations we've had, or if it's no tie-in. Either way is fine. I know that based upon the images that have been released on the press release, it looks kind of terrifying, those creatures.
Yeah.
Especially, as I think about it, like a great scare that we might be able to see is them coming out with a mask, but it's a detachable mask. And so we'll get to be able to maybe like see them with their actual face on and then ripping their face off, which is kind of eerie and off-putting. And so I definitely think that could happen here.
Yeah, Rob said the hype level for this one is 20 out of 10.
20 out of 10.
20 out of 10. Tay Rosemary said, I'm excited. I would love to see how Slash takes the Phantom's theme. This is something you and I have talked about for a very long time, this past speculation season, because Sammy and I are both also very big fans of the Broadway show, The Phantom of the Opera. And if anyone has ever seen the movie or have ever seen that show in person, you know the beginning of the overture, when they reveal the chandelier for the auction, there's a huge, that's what really starts the whole story in the play. And they have that iconic theme that's just so well written and terrific, and it sounds amazing. Sammy and I would so love to see see Slash recreate the overture, but with fucking his guitar and his sound. Like, it would sound amazing, I think. But that's just us. if you guys would like to hear that too, I mean, who wouldn't? I think that would fucking just if I were to walk in there and that's the first thing I hear, I would get such big goosebumps, man.
Yeah, even if it's not the focal point, if at any point I'm walking through that maze and I hear dun 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 dun,
Yeah.
Just paying homage to the Broadway play or the Broadway musical, I definitely think I would be quite happy with that. But I mean, Slash's music has been so good.
Yeah.
I don't think he's missed at all with any of his music.
No.
And it was so special last year being able to, sit through and relive some of that music from past. So even if Slash isn't there, but we get to hear just a little bit of what we can expect in the maze this year during the Horror Nights panel at Midsummer Scream, I will be excited for that.
Oh, 100%. I think that, there's a lot to look at as far as where we go with this story, I mean, are we going to get spiritual sequels to all these films? I'm excited to see them take a crack at the Invisible Man again. I think the effect they did the first year they brought him over was so bitchin', to kind of see that translated throughout an entire maze, to see how they do that is going to be amazing. I can't wait to see that. And to see Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I mean, that character to me is one of the most bitchin' characters in the Monster Legacy. And it's to see that kind of come to life and see how that's going to be is 1 minute you see him as Dr. Jekyll and 1 minute you see him as Mr. Hyde. So it's like to see kind of that transformation process will probably be really cool, and to kind of see like Eeyore pop up every now and then to interfere with all these monsters and whatnot should be really fun. Tay Rosemary also says they did have a Phantom Easter egg through in the Orlando maze the first year it was there. If she remembers correctly, it was the chandelier.
Ah.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with the chandelier at a lot 666. I'm stoked. And then I know they announced finally over in Orlando that they would be doing they gave the official name for the Chucky maze, which is Ultimate Kill Count. So that's cool. And then if you guys are my Orlando peeps, they announced the entire event for them, including all their original houses. Dr. Oddfellow, Twisted Origins, Dueling Dragons, Choose Thy Fate, Yeti, Campground Kills, The Darkest Deal, and Blood Moon Dark Offerings. And then as far as scare zones go for Orlando, we have Dr. Oddfellow's Collection of Horror, Dark Zodiac, Jungle of Dune Expedition Horror, Vamp 69 Summer of Blood, and Shipyard 32 Horrors Unhinged. So that should be pretty cool. Dude, I have to say, so far, stacked lineup thus far for Halloween Horror Nights, man. This is aiming to be a really solid year, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you have such great IPs that have already been announced, thinking The Last of Us, Stranger Things, Chucky, and then you add on Universal Monsters now coming.
The Exorcist Believer.
Just so many great things. And I haven't been disappointed yet. I definitely think that even if the other parts of the speculation map come true, I think we're in good hands for a great 2023 at Horror Nights this year.
I couldn't agree even more. And in a few hours we'll be down at Midsummer Scream getting our coverage for the weekend. We got a great weekend of haunts ahead of us. We're gonna be fucking shooting 4 cameras deep. And covering all these panels. We got, Not Scary Farm has a big 50th anniversary panel this weekend. Universal Studios has their panel on Sunday. 13th Floor Entertainment has their panel with Delusion, Shacktoberfest, and the Haunted Hayride. And you got the 30th anniversary of Six Flags Fright Fest panel as well. So many great panels. And that's just the theme park stuff. We're not even talking about other panels that we're going to go see. But we got a lot of coverage for you guys this week, and we're so excited. We can't wait to show you guys all the amazing stuff we get this weekend. Tay Rosemary also says, I wonder what scare zones we're getting. There's so much stuff announced. I have to keep reminding myself Stranger Things is going to be there too. And they're packing at the moment to head to their Midsummer Hotel, and they're watching us. So we appreciate you throwing us on while you're packing all your goodies for this weekend. We had a pretty good morning this morning. I went to pick you up. We went down to Knott's real quick to try to check something out. And then we came home and we saw the announcements on the road, and we're like, well, we don't have time to record. So this is going to be our next best option.
Well, we have time to record. We don't have time to edit. That's the problem.
And put it up, yeah. So I was like, oh, okay, live stream is just the easiest thing to do, I guess, to get the news out there. But I'm stoked, man. I can't wait. Opening night. Hopefully we'll be there. And well, we will be there, but hopefully we'll be able to cover it and everything. I'm excited. Very grateful. Can't wait. It's gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be great. If you all see us this weekend, don't be afraid to stop us, get a picture, chat it up. We're always happy to engage with any and all of you. And we hope you all enjoy it. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And then go hit that bell notification in addition, because we got a lot of great content coming from this weekend. We know that Midsummer Scream is packed with tons and tons of content. And so we're going to do our best to get to as much coverage as we possibly can. And so go ahead and hit that bell notification so you can relive some of your favorite panels and some of your favorite houses in the Hall of Shadows, as well as maybe catch something you didn't catch while you were there. So go ahead and do that. In addition, you can follow us on Instagram and Threads at the Knights of Horror. And TikTok on the Knights of Horror. Twitter at Knights of Horror, as well as because we'll do our best to post some updates there as well. And on Kick at Knights of Horror Gaming. Let's go, because Tony be streaming up there. And
trying to. We didn't stream yesterday. I apologize. Yesterday was just a very chaotic day. But it's okay. We're ready for this weekend. Tay Rosemary, can't wait to see all the content. I'll be sure to say hi if I see y'all. Yeah, we'll be everywhere. I know for Friday, I think we're mostly going to be show floor, or for tonight, we'll be mostly at the show floor and doing Hall of Shadow stuff. I also might be getting a tattoo at the event, so that should be fun. So yeah, there's that. And then Saturday and Sunday, it's back and forth between show floor, Hall of Shadows, and panels. So yeah, if you guys see us, we got brand new business cards. So go ahead and we'll give you guys a business card, as well as we have some stickers from last year and some new stickers from this year. So if you come see us and say hi, we'll give you guys one of each. That way you guys can have a new sticker and old sticker. But that's why Sammy and I are twinning today, because getting ready for that Midsummer Scream. But we will see you guys all tonight at Midsummer Scream, hopefully. But if not, stay tuned next week. We're going to have all of our content coming out on Midsummer Scream. So, yeah, we can't wait. Hopefully the signal there isn't too bad. Last year it was okay, but years previous it was horrible. It was. Yeah, the signal there.
Yeah, we won't be live. I'll promise you that.
Yeah, we won't be live, but we'll be posting stories and stuff. So, yeah. All right, guys. Halloween Horror Nights, Universal Monsters Unmasked, and The Exorcist Believer coming to 2023. What are your guys' thoughts and opinions? Leave some comments down below. Let us know. But until then, we will see you guys at Midsummer Scream.
Peace.
And in the fog.